Alrighty, guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing good. Glad to have y'all here. Let me plug in my phone real quick, and then we'll get started. But hope everyone's having a good night. Got another round of severe weather, unfortunately, that we're going to be having to cover here. But like I said, hope everyone is doing good. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into it, friends. So we have ourselves quite a bit of activity actually already starting to kick off here. We're going to be mostly focusing on Texas tonight because that's kind of where most of the activity is set to be. So we did actually just get a watch, new severe thunderstorm watch here for north central Texas and southern Oklahoma here. So we're going to have to look out for a little bit of severe weather in those regions here. Like I mentioned, yeah, we're really focusing on Texas and Oklahoma tonight overall. But what's up, guys? Let's see who we got here today. We have Lauren, we have Kamar, we have Tiny, we have Isaac, Marcus, Mark, Sea Sky. Let's see here. Red Cyclonic, Sonya, or Sanja. I'm not sure how you say that. We have Marcus. Let's see here. Gamer. We have John, Everyday, Polly, and, of course, everybody else who is chilling but just not chatting. Hope you guys are doing good. So, yeah, we got a lot of severe thunderstorms going on right now. Right now we're going to be really needing to look for the potential for hail as well as damaging winds. It's going to be kind of the main concern here. Overall tonight here, you can see primary threats include scattered large hail, isolated very large hail events up to 2.5 inches in diameter here, according to this watch in western Texas. An isolated damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour possible. Now, that's for this watch here. The new watch that we got issued here, this one is for large hail events up to 2 inches in diameter and wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. So you notice the wording difference. 70 possible on the west one and 70 likely on the northern one. Now for the other watch that we have in southern Oklahoma, this one also says hail up to 2 inches in diameter likely, scattered damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour likely as well. Now they did also mention a tornado or two is possible. Given the environment, there certainly could be some tornadic activity, but honestly, the main concern tonight we're going to be really looking for is going to be gusty winds and hail. So that's going to be kind of the main thing that's going on here. Anyways, here, let me go ahead and plug up my phone charger is being kind of stupid today. Here, let's get that up. There we go. Okay, we're good. What's up, Everyday? What's up? Anthony says, how am I tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I hope you guys are doing good as well. It's just, I'm just tired of the weather. I'm tired of it, I'm tired of all this severe weather, man. I tell you, I'm just ready for it all to come to a close here. So also another big thing I do want to mention too. So on top of all of this nasty weather that we have here, severe weather-wise, we also do have a pretty nasty um, bit of rainfall, excessive rainfall risk. So for day one for today, the Weather Prediction Center actually has us a moderate risk, a level 3 out of 4 severe weather threat for, or severe flooding threat, I should say, for north central Texas, including the Wichita Falls area, cutting through Lawton, Oklahoma, towards Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore, Tulsa included. So, if you guys are prone to flooding, especially in those regions I just listed there, just make sure that you are ready and ready to take a lot of water. Like we mentioned, the overall risk here for flooding extends the light green, going through the yellow and the red. All of this is in the flooding threat, in which we have a level 1 flooding threat here up across the light green area, a level 2 flooding threat across the yellow, and a level 3 flooding threat here across the red, in which obviously the worst of it is going to be for mostly portions of north central Texas and Oklahoma. And like we mentioned, we do actually have some pretty populated areas here that we should definitely be monitoring here overall. So just a bit of a heads up there for you guys. I mean, yeah, we certainly are going to be dealing with quite a bit of flooding out here as well that we'll have to really look into. Now, pulling up the WPC forecast, Weather Prediction Center forecast here. So for the next little bit here, so day 1, which is today, we definitely could pick up a pretty good amount of rainfall towards the areas out by Arkansas, a couple of inches possible. Tomorrow for day 2, we really got to look out there for some of those regions in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Certainly could see, several inches worth of rainfall. It's going to get a little rainy out here towards the southern plains and the Midwest here. I mean, we're certainly going to be seeing a potential, especially in these regions here, like northeast Texas, of a little bit of rainfall. Could certainly lead to some flooding. Then for day 3, which at this point that would be for Friday, a bit of rain in the south, a little bit up in the northeast, and so on. So, anyways, just wanted to mention that real quickly, just get that out of the way. But yeah, right now we do have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, including a new one that just got issued for Welch and Pride, Texas. Actually, we just covered a warning here yesterday in this area. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So, I believe that's what kind of most of these warnings are for right now. Let's see, we have one for $half size hail. I think most of these ones here, yeah, so most of the warnings that we have right now are for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter hail. Anyways, let's see here. Let's see, us too. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are tired of all that severe weather. It's a lot, man. It's been quite a bit, but yeah, it's that time of the year, unfortunately. Let's see here. Polly says, I'm going to be on the road later today from Granbury, Texas to Conway, Arkansas. Gotcha. So the convective outlook for today, let's go ahead and bring up our day 1 outlook. So we do have this enhanced risk here for, the western side here of Texas, even going into south central Oklahoma. This is the day 1 outlook here. Tomorrow, which day 2 here, we do have that slight risk here regarding severe weather for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, going into like Oklahoma, a bit of Arkansas, and of course day 3 here we do have a pretty big marginal, extending all the way down from almost the Gulf Coast here up into the Great Lakes region here. So we still have a bit more severe weather that we do need to go through. Let's see here. Roby says, let's see here, hard to find out a tornado is going through your town when you're in a different town. We got lucky, lost a huge oak tree, took a little roof damage. Ooh, that's not good, Roby. Well, I'm glad to see you're okay. These objects can be replaced. You know that, right? So that's the good news, is that you're okay. That's all that really matters. I mean, yes, it does suck. I get it, but it's just good that you're okay. And like I mentioned, roofs and trees can be replanted. Roofs can be repaired. But lives cannot be replaced, and I'm just glad that you're okay, and that in itself is a miracle. What's up, Texas Roast? Hope you're doing good. Here, let's go and hop over here to satellite view. I'm going to go and pull this up here real quickly so you can see the night satellite here. A lot of really puffy clouds, a lot of thick cloud cover here. So this is that cumulus clump. Cumulus, I believe, means clump. In which, there's a lot of it, a lot of cumulonimbus incus clouds here, these anvil toppers. Certainly a lot of heavy convection going on here. Overall, definitely really starting to get a lot of convection out here. One thing I do want to take a look at real quickly, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the mesoanalysis here. This is kind of what I use to look at current conditions and stuff. So let's hop down to the region. So this is kind of where a lot of those storms are really firing. You can see all of them on the radar here. So let's go ahead and grab a little view here. Let's see what the atmosphere kind of looks like here. So I want to pull up our hodograph, if it'll load. Skew T charts, there's a little bit of a warm layer here, but storms obviously are kind of punching through some of that. Okay, so you see a little bit of curvature to our hodograph here. You see how there's a little bit of an arch here. So that is telling us that the winds are changing directions, and not only that, but increasing in wind speed with altitude. So, because of that, that can actually generate some spin within thunderstorms, in which, we can't rule out tornadic activity. I mean, the watch itself did say that we certainly could be seeing some potential tornadic activity. Once again, the main concern here is going to be, for tonight, is going to be mostly hail and winds. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we cannot rule out tornadic activity. Yeah, for some reason, this is being a little slow. But anyways, the same thing kind of applies for a lot of that region there. Let's see here. Marcus says, how is that storm looking above me in Abilene? Here, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning here for the Abilene area, for northern Abilene. This one's in effect for $50 hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust here. Expires in 33 minutes from now. We're going to take a peek at velocity on that sucker, too. Looks like we do have... Actually, you know what? We have a better radar we can look at. Does look like we do have some pretty strong velocities out there by kind of the Hawley area. I believe... Yeah, this is about 7,000 feet up or so. There is definitely a little bit of high-end velocities up there by Hawley. So, certainly could see some potential in damaging winds with that storm. I mean, like we mentioned, it is warned for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and $50. Yeah, $50 hail. So, that's that. So we'll keep an eye on that. Definitely got really some heavy precipitation going on in that, which that includes Merkel, northern Abilene. Let's see here. Also Anson, Funston, Phantom Hill, Hawley. So, yeah, you guys are in that warning there. Let's see here. Can I see a tornado in Oklahoma, Seminole? So the odds of that are very low. Very, very low. Where's Seminole? I know you're around here somewhere. Okay, so yeah, Seminole, we are in that risk for severe weather. So there's our new day one that just got issued here. So let's see here. I lost it again. Where is Seminole? I always lose it here. I might have to look it up here. I don't want this to be a scavenger hunt. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, we do have a level 2 threat for severe weather here, in which that includes a 2% chance for tornadoes. So I wouldn't worry much for tornadoes. The odds are very low. We do have a 15% wind threat and a 5% hail threat. So yeah, your main concern is just going to be a little bit of gusty winds. But, ooh, buddy, I just realized they added an enhanced risk here for the Dallas-Fort Worth area here for today. They upgraded the risk here. It was a slight risk out here. Now it's level 3 enhanced, which that also includes a little bit of southeastern Oklahoma and a little bit of southwestern Arkansas. Let's see, tornadoes. Oh! Okay, so the Dallas-Fort Worth area now has a significant tornado risk, which means that there could be potential for strong tornadoes. Potentially EF2 or greater out there kind of around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That also includes like Tyler, Texas, Texarkana. Now, I want you to remember, not everybody will see severe weather, and certainly not everybody will see tornadoes here, so remember that. This is just a 10% chance probability for seeing tornadoes across the yellow. So basically, within a 25-mile radius around you, there is a 10% chance of a tornado dropping somewhere in that 25-mile radius around you. So, odds are still fairly low, and they're especially low of one directly hitting you. So that's certainly good news. We got a 5% tornado risk here across the Brown, and a 2% chance that extends all the way up here into the Midwest Ohio Valley even. For today. But yeah, we now have an enhanced level 3 threat here with a 10% tornado risk here. Damaging winds, we have a 30% risk out there for damaging wind gusts, mostly between 60 and 70 mile per hour wind gusts here. Non-significant. Now, we do actually have a hatch risk for hail, 30% chance here across the red, a 15% chance here across the yellow. Now, this, like I said, the black dashed area, that is our significant threat for hail, which basically represents, in these regions here, we could see hail 2 inches in diameter and larger. So that does include a lot of, central and northeastern Texas here, kind of right there near the state line of Oklahoma. But yeah, that's mostly going to be for central and northeastern Texas, where we could see that super large hail, once again, 2 inches in diameter and larger. So definitely a big upgrade. Definitely is a bigger upgrade here from the SPC. So I just want to go ahead and mention that with you guys. Just talk about that for a minute. Anyways, what's up, Sydney? Saying, hey, Andrew. Can't sleep, so I came to hang out. That is totally understandable. Hope you're doing good, Sydney. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Bunzy says, I'm in Lubbock, Texas. It's 57 degrees and raining bad. Should I be worried? You said, what, Lubbock? Lubbock is out here. So, I mean, you are in a severe thunderstorm watch, so obviously, that just basically means to, remain weather aware, as severe thunderstorms could be possible within the region. The environment's capable of it, so, we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that threat. I mean, we do have some strong and even severe storms south of you currently. There is a bit of heavy convection to your south. All of this mess here is kind of moving relatively to the northeast here. Now, actually, believe it or not, you can kind of see it looks like we started to fade a storm here. The storm kind of died out as it approached that radar site, it looks like. I mean, yes, Lubbock should certainly still be weather aware. I mean, we should still watch out for it overall, but at the current moment, there's no immediate danger for this area. So, right now it's pretty okay. Let's see here. Texas says $50 hail ain't no chump change. Yeah, that's pretty big hail. Everyday says, what about Salisal, Oklahoma? Is that OKC, Oklahoma City area? Let me go and pull this up here. Okay, so this is taking me eastern Oklahoma. So actually, you know what? This area where you're at, it actually looks like you're getting ready to get some storm activity here. So you can see you're right here. We have this wall of a line of storms getting ready to roll through. The good news, at least currently, this is not severe. These storms are currently not severe, but they do appear to be strengthening. As you can kind of see, they're starting to get a little bit more heavier precipitation to them. I mean, you're not in a watch really right now, which is good. Yeah, I mean, we'll certainly watch that line, and we'll keep an eye on it and everything. But at the current moment, it just looks like a strong line of storms. I mean, certainly could be pretty gusty too. I mean, you can kind of see that leading edge here on velocity is pretty strong actually. It's pretty strong. Certainly could have some gusty winds on that. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. If that thing continues strengthening at the rate it is. Who knows? We could pull a warning or whatnot. So I would keep a close eye on that region here. I would just, have a heads up. I'd recommend going indoors away from windows, though. Just so go ahead and prepare yourself for that. Let's see here. Roby says posted pictures of damage in the Discord. Same system. Wow. Okay. Yeah. If you guys want to check out our Discord, it's in the description. Also, Nightbot just put it in the chat there, so you guys can check that out if you want to join our Discord and stuff here. All right, so let's go ahead and pause that on the latest radar. So we do have a currently. Here, let's go ahead and actually disable the flash flood warnings. I want to go ahead and get rid of those for now. So I'm also going to probably make the border of the severe thunderstorm warnings a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, we do have a, let's see here. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect out here so this is for western Texas, out north of Lamesa, out by Welch, including Pride. This has 9 minutes to go. Quarter hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. To the south, we have a warning out here. Trying to find some town markers. Out there by 3 Leges. Let's see here. This looks like mostly rural areas here. Let's see here. Patricia is included. So this one's also for quarter hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out here. So that's that. East of Snyder, we have severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. This one's for ping pong ball hail. Yeah, I was getting ready to point out that, that storm, looking at reflectivity here, you can kind of see we do have a bit of a hail core kind of situation going on here. So, you see all that pink and purplish stuff going on here out there by Hermli, I think it is. That's likely hail that's going on here. And yeah, the warning does state ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on that one. That's certainly some big hail. So yeah, you want to be indoors away from windows, for something like that. The northern side of the warning is one for $50 size hail, which includes like Camp Springs area here. Now we work our way to the east here. We have a severe thunderstorm warning here north of Abilene, including a little bit of northern Abilene here for Holly. This one is for $50 hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And, it looks like we now have a severe thunderstorm warning in eastern Oklahoma. Is that starting to kind of bow out a little bit here? It looks like we have a little bit of a bowing segment starting to develop here. Yeah, look at that. Kind of a little bit of a curvature to that. Which we do actually now have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northeastern Oklahoma, including the town of Kansas, not the state, out there by Colcord. This also includes including Spavinaw, Ribbon, Langley, Disney, Ground Lake Town. Let's see here, Watts, West Siloam Springs. Probably saying that one pretty wrong. Let's see here. Oh, this one's actually warned for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Hail is not much of a concern. 0.75 inches, that's penny-size hail. That's, wow. They did put a tornado possible tag on that storm, though. Yep, tornado possible. So we'll, that's kind of a common signature here for potential tornadic storms. I've seen multiple occasions where, we kind of get these bowing storms, and sometimes you can get some spin up on the top part of these guys. So, yeah, we need to look out for that. That is certainly one thing. I guarantee you that's probably why they put tornado possible, because they know that signature as well as I do. So here's our velocity. I mean, yeah, you can really see that powerful outflow kicking through. I mean, that's quite a gust maker. I tell you what, we need to watch for these little areas here, like right in here. These things can buckle up pretty quick. So, we'll definitely watch for that. But yeah, there is a tornado possible tag on that. So remember that. We'll certainly be watching that too. It looks like we have a severe thunderstorm warning west of Wichita Falls for Electra for quarter hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Expires in 20 minutes. What's up, Scott? Saying hi, Andrew, and everyone else. Let's see here. Mom told me about, I have no idea how you say that, Neosho, Missouri, yesterday morning. Yeah, I got you. I don't even, what even happened? I'm not too sure. Did something big happen over there? I've just been mostly paying attention to night coverages and stuff like yesterday. So it says, does Louisiana have any type of bad weather in the next 3 days? So SPC Outlook does have a Louisiana, central and northwestern Louisiana, and the risk for severe weather. Further northwest you go, the greater the risk. Shreveport's actually in a level 2, slight risk here. So, we do need to watch out there for that. Tomorrow, we do actually have a slight risk for central northern Louisiana, south central and a little bit of the marginal. And even day 3 here, which I think that's just not updated yet. But they, oh wow, you know what? I just noticed here they extended that. Wow, goodness, that was just that was just the big marginal that we had. They upgraded that to a big slight. Okay, we got a little 2% tornado risk here for tomorrow. So this will be for Thursday. For Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, a little 2% tornado risk here. See here, 15% wind risk. I got a 15 sig hail threat for Thursday here, up by like the College Station area. Potential for large hail. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a big upgrade. Yeah, they upgraded both today and tomorrow's risk. Wednesday and Thursday's risk. Let's see here. Yeah, tornado happened. A lot of people without power right now. Oh, that's not good. They had a tornado and wind damage. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I did not hear about that. Let's see here. When in doubt, Shreveport's. Yeah, Shreveport's actually close to that level 3 threat today. You guys are in a slight risk, though, I believe. Yeah, Shreveport's in that level 2 slight risk here for later today, which that includes a 5% tornado risk here, a 15% wind risk, and a 15% hail risk. So, yeah, Shreveport area does need to be weatherware. What's up, Sydney? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, but they did add a significant risk out here for tornadoes for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Let me actually hop to models here. I kind of want to look at that and see why they did this. So let me bring you guys over here real quickly. Let's go ahead and hop over to the models. We're going to load up the HRRR. We have, I guess we'll load the 00 UTC. And we'll pull up the... Here, let's pull up our radar here first of all. Let's go ahead and get that rolling, and then we'll add some wind shear here. Let's go ahead and add our lower level jet stream. 850 millibar winds. We'll add the barb, and we'll make that barb color. Let's make that white. There we go. So we can kind of look at our lower level wind shear. So, okay, you can kind of see. Oh, yeah, you know what? So you can see on the time in the bottom right here, this is Eastern time. So, later this afternoon and evening, up across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can see we get a lot of convection firing off. That lower level jet, though, appears to be a good 40 to 45 knots, which, that's pretty strong. That is actually pretty strong. Yeah, I could definitely see that. So 40 to 45 knots, lower level wind shear, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and overlay our mid-level winds too, just so we can kind of look at the kinematics as a whole here. So let's bring up our 500 millibar height, which this is about 20,000 feet or so roughly. We'll make this color gray. There we go. So our mid-level winds are about 45 knots as well. There's not much of a change in wind speed with altitude from what we can learn from this. At least between the lower to mid-atmosphere, it's relatively the same from what it looks like. But the direction, the angle of attack is different. Lower level winds are kind of going mostly to the north, slightly north-northeast, while the mid-level winds are kind of going more to the northeast, maybe even slightly more east. So you can see winds are changing direction with altitude and still fairly strong, both at the lower and mid-levels of the atmosphere. So, no doubt of why they have that hatch risk here. Just looking at it, it makes sense. Yeah, good photographs there. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's certainly some pretty good environmental ingredients here. I mean, look at that. Our dew points are in the lower 70s even. I mean, great veering wind shear, good amounts of instability. Yeah, man. I mean, I see why they pulled that. It makes total sense. I mean, 40, 45 knot lower level jet is certainly pretty strong. Anyways. C Sky says, will Arlington, Texas be okay? I'm sure it'll be fine, but let me take a look at your area. See here. Okay, so yeah, you are in that 10% significant risk. Now, the odds of you specifically getting a tornado is very low. I want you to know that. And not everybody in the risk area will see a tornado. So try not to worry about it too much. You should monitor the weather, and you should have a way to receive warnings. So, say if worst case scenario happens, you do get a tornado warning, you have a way to receive that warning is very important. Weather radio, I'd recommend maybe getting a weather radio if you don't have one. If you do, make sure it's turned on. Make sure it has fresh batteries. Yes, you need to be weather aware today, but like I mentioned, not everybody in the risk area will see severe weather, and try not to worry yourself about it. I mean, yes, there is that decent risk out there, but just have a way to receive it, the warnings and stuff. That's so legit, Sydney. Meowsley says, thank you for the late night coverage. Yep, no problem. Do I think there is a tornado risk for Norman, Oklahoma City? So not really. Let's see here. Let me actually go ahead and bring up our thingy real quickly. I do want to bring up our meso analysis here just to kind of peek at the environment here. So out here, we do have a little bit of curvature to our photographs here. Skew T charts, pretty capped here from what it looks like. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. I'm just going to pull this up. So we have that mass that's rolling through. A little bit more storms later on this morning will be possible. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out completely, to be honest with you. I wouldn't rule it out, but like I mentioned before, it's the odds of you getting it's extremely low, even. But looking at models here, I'll even show you real quickly. For later on this morning, you guys can see. I mean, this is pretty early. This is 9 a.m. Eastern, so 8 Central. As we roll our way through, you can kind of see this other line of storms kind of roll through. Lower level winds are about 30 knots. And then our mid-level winds are about 45 to 50 knots of southwesterlies. I mean, they're going to the northeast mid-level winds. Lower-level winds are going to the north. I mean, kinematic-wise, there is that. Let me grab a sounding here. Let's see here. Yeah, little bits of curvature. Good moisture supply still. I mean, to be quite fair, yes, I do think there could be some tornadic activity there. I mean, just looking at those soundings and the environment and stuff. So, but remember, the odds of you getting one is extremely low. Okay, just be weather aware and have a way to receive warnings, like I tell everybody else. It's just very important that you have that way, to receive warnings and stuff. I mean, the valid outlook has you in that 2% area. The non-valid, this is for later today. The valid outlook, I believe, has you in, let's see here. The valid outlook, so this is the current outlook still. Still has you in that like 5% area. So yeah, the odds are pretty low, but they do exist. All right, let's take a, oh, wait, never mind. That was my own drawing that scared me. I thought that was a tornado warning. Oh, don't do that. Gave me a little bit of a scare there for a minute. All right, so let's take a peek at some of these warnings here. Starting off in western Texas, just north of Midland, we have a severe warning for the area out by Patricia. Mostly rural area. Quarter hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Another one to the east for Ackerley and Knott, also including Lenora and Tarzan for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter hail. Zooming our way up to the northeast a little bit here, southeast of Snyder. We got a warning for Hermli, I think it is, which this one's for ping-pong ball hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that one has a bit of large hail. New warning for Rotan and Roby, Texas. This one is for $half hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Still am watching that one warning out there by the Abilene area, just north of Abilene, including Hawley. This one for $half hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. And, of course, we're still watching that really big warning up here in eastern Oklahoma. This one was for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and tornado possible tag. They extended that warning now going into northwest Arkansas for Springdale, out there by Bentonville, Fayetteville area. You guys are now in the warning for Decatur, Gentry, Highfill, Cave Springs, Elm Springs, Little Flock, Bella Vista, Prairie Grove, Lincoln, Farmington, Arkansas. So this is all for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts potential. They also did, remain alert for a possible tornado possible tag. So, that does not mean that there will be a tornado, but it means that the environment certainly is capable of it. Therefore, tornadoes can be possible to develop. Given the mode of this storm here too, it's very possible. Sometimes these Boeing segments here can spin up. Anyways, what's up, Hoops? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Charla wants me to look at the zip code. Yep, I got you real quickly. Let's see here what we got going on for you. So you are in Arkansas. Actually, you're not far from where we were just looking. Okay, so right now you're not in a warning. We do have some storms in the area. What you're hearing, more than likely if you hear it, is just normal thunderstorms. These currently are not a severe concern. Now, with that being said, you're not in a watch or anything like that, but today's risk does have you in a level 2 threat for severe weather, which does include a 5% chance for tornadoes later today, and it also includes a 15% chance for damaging wind gusts, perhaps within the storms getting up to 60, up to 70 miles an hour. And in terms of hail, we have a 5% chance out there for hail between 1 and 2 inches in diameter. So we do need to be weather aware later today. But these guys that are currently convecting around you, these ones are not currently a big issue. They're not severe warned. Just remain indoors. Thunder roars, goes indoors. Regardless of severity, even normal thunderstorms can be a problem, for lightning especially. So just make sure that you're indoors, okay? Hoop says, sup, I finally don't got to deal with major severe weather. Feels so good. No. I know what you mean. I need some storms, though. Florida, dude, I was just looking at this a minute ago. I swear I mention this every stream, but it's true. We are literally in a drought right now in Florida. It is terrible. Look at Florida. We are, in such a big drought. Some areas even extreme drought in Florida. Some areas by the Everglades in a severe drought. it's bad. It's really bad here. It is our dry season. We're getting ready to go in our rainy season soon, but dude, it kind of sucks. That it does. I just want people to understand how rare it is for a tornado to hit you directly and even come in your streets. It's very rare. It doesn't mean it can't. But exactly. Yeah. That is very true. Even in these biggest risk areas, like the 10% or the 15%, that's a 10 to 15% risk. There is no 15% today, but there is that 10% out there by the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's a 1 in 10 shot of a tornado happening within a 25-mile radius around you. Even that's a pretty big area, and that still is a fairly low percentage. But of course, it doesn't mean completely brush it off or ignore it, because there certainly could be some tornadoes in some of those areas. So it's very important that you watch it, but it's also something that you shouldn't worry yourself to death over. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see here. John says Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, we have that one storm that we're watching up here. This is a pretty gnarly storm out by Rogers. Elm Springs, Springdale, Fayetteville, Farmington area. This one, like I mentioned, has 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts on it. You know what? Let me see if I have any cams out here. I know I have good camera coverage in Missouri. Let's see here. I know Arkansas. Let me try Arkansas. I believe Arkansas had some pretty good cameras I can pull up here for us. So Ooh. Hold on 1 second. We do. Apparently we do have some pretty good cameras we can look at here. Oh, dude. You know what, guys? Oh, buddy. We are in for a show. I tell you what. I tell you what. Look at this, man. Actually, we're gonna full cam this. I'm just gonna send it, you know? We're just gonna send it. So this is up in northwest. This is out there by Siloam Springs area here. Let me overlay the radar too. Hold on 1 second. The stream's gonna look a little weird for a second, just so that I can like edit this real quickly. Just make it look nice and neat. Go ahead and cut off some of this here too. There we go. Let's just put this in the bottom left here. Might make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Perfect. So now we can see radar too. Yeah, I mean, we got a bit of activity out here. So that camera is like right here in this area. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but northwest Arkansas here. There, you know, believe it or not, there's actually a lot of good cameras over here, which is nice. But yeah, like I said, this camera is in that warning for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Hoop says Florida's been very quiet. It has. It's been super quiet, unfortunately. John says you're in Gentry, if that helps. I can look it up here. Yep, so you're actually in that. Yeah. All right, so John, I need you to be indoors away from windows, definitely. I mean, you are in that severe thunderstorm warning here. That is certainly a very strong storm. I mean, let's hop back over to velocity real quickly. I mean, look at that. We definitely have some pretty strong leading winds here. Let me bring up this radar real quickly. Let's see here. Warnings considerable. This one's for Oklahoma, because this will show me storm reports and stuff if we get any. We do have a 62-mile-an-hour wind reports out here by Moody's in eastern Oklahoma from that line, from a mesonet. 62-mile-an-hour winds have been reported on this storm. Just trying to help people with storm anxiety. Well, we both are. Absolutely, and I'm glad you're helping, Hoops. I appreciate it. Ryan says, I think a few storms sitting down in Texas by themselves could gather enough energy to pop off pretty soon. They're certainly popping off pretty well in Texas here. And that watch that we have out here, I mean, we still have a while on it. We still have 4 hours on that watch here. 6 hours on the one for north central Texas. And that's just going to continue throughout the night into tomorrow. Or today at this point. Yeah, you got to remember, this warning here also does have a tornado possible tag on it too. Yeah, be careful, John. Lucky says, let's see, I'm in let's see here, Texas with my family. I'm trying to stay calm about the storm since we got hit by a tornado a while back this March. We've been on edge. I hear you, man. Well, best of luck to you, and I'm sure everything will be fine. You know, we're here for you, Lucky. So, you know, if you have any questions, let me know, okay? That goes to all of you guys. You know, I want to help you guys out as much as possible. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. Okay. This warning out by Hawley and Abilene is expiring now. Same thing for the one out east of Andrews for the area of Patricia. That one's now expired too. Lovebug says we were just told to shelter. Rotation above us. Where are you at, Lovebug? There's currently no tornado warnings. I am watching this line though that we're watching though. Here, let me try another camera here. We have a ton of cameras, dude. It is ridiculous how many cameras we have. I mean, look at this. Dude, we got like so many cams on this storm here. There's this one. Yeah, this is inside the storm. This is the best one we got right now. You're in Watts, Oklahoma. Oh, okay. You're right here. You're outside of the warning, by the way. No, you're good. I would still stay indoors though, Love Bug, because there is still possibly some pretty strong winds out there for one, but also the lightning concern's still there. There is no rotation really going on over you, so that's good news. This is mostly just straight line winds here. There is no rotation. So, yeah, Love Bug, you're good. Whoever told you to go to shelter for a tornado, that's not right because there is no warning or anything like that either. Like I mentioned, just straight line winds, and actually you're kind of pulling out of the back side of it. Alexis says, thank you so much for staying up with us. Yep, no problem. You're welcome. I got you guys. Yeah, there is no... I would keep an eye on this, though. East of Siloam Springs. Yeah, let's keep a close eye on that because, tornadoes can spin up quickly, within the line, but currently this is mostly just a big straight line mess. Yeah, mostly just a lot of straight lines, right? Like a lot of straight line winds right now. Yeah, no problem, little bug. I got you. Brian says my internet's down. What is happening in Garvin County, Oklahoma? Let's see here. So you... Wait, hold on. That didn't copy right. All right, here we go. So this is up in... Okay, so actually this area is in a severe thunderstorm watch. We got a little bit of convection going on near some of these regions here, but nothing super crazy going on at the moment. But we do got to watch out later this morning though, because like we mentioned, there is still that watch in effect here for a good 6 hours. There's a lot of lightning on that storm out there working its way in Oklahoma now, though. No, you're good, Hoops. Don't worry about it, man. Alexa says, I know I've already talked about Dallas-Fort Worth. Can I look at the zip code and what time I need to be close to my shelter? Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. You, my friend. Okay, so you're out by the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, cool. So let's take a moment to look at the models real quickly. So like HRRR, which is the high resolution model we use, shows some storms in the Dallas area here actually for the early afternoon today. Until then, overnight it looks relatively clear. I mean, we could have some storms and showers to the west of you for the most part, but it doesn't look like until like early afternoon is whenever we could start to see some convection, some storms. Like for example, this is 3 p.m. Tomorrow Eastern time. This will be 2 for you at this point. We can't take that approximately, time wise, but we can, get a rough estimation. So yeah, around that time, early afternoon is when you would expect that. So, I mean, you're good for now. I mean, that watch does not include you or anything like that at the current moment, so you're good. Well, I'm glad to be on, Love Bug. Let's see here. Molly Joe says, will Carrollton, Texas see strong tornadoes today? Let's see here. Carrollton, Texas. Okay, so we do have that 10% tornado risk out here. We can bring up our day 1 tornado risk here. So there is going to be that possibility for a couple strong tornadoes in the region here. We can't rule that out completely, but the odds of you getting one is still fairly low. We are in that 10% risk out there for tornadoes, so within a 25-mile radius around you, there is a 10% chance of a tornado dropping, within that area. And even then, like I said, it's a pretty big area, and that is still, pretty low odds of getting it. But, we shouldn't completely ignore it because, give or take, there still will likely be some tornadoes within the region here of northeastern Texas. A couple could be quite strong, because the environment does support it. But, so try not to worry about it too much, but just be weather aware and make sure that you have a way to receive warnings. Like I mentioned, weather radios are great. I would highly recommend one because, it could save your life. It could be really handy. But like I mentioned, the odds of you specifically getting a tornado is very low still, even with that 10%. So try not to worry about it. But we'll get through it. We'll be all right. Let's see here. Yeah, Monday was pretty primed. It's just we didn't have much lifting or not much of a lifting source here. So, yeah, we really busted, which was good, though. Really thankful for it. Okay, let's take a peek at this warning. This is for golf ball hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here in West Texas, out there by Lenora, out there by Ackerley, and Tarzan, also including Knott here as well, and Brown, also Flower Grove. So heads up to you guys. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning here, once again, for golf ball hail. We work our way to the east here, out there by Rotan, Texas. This one is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. And then that's all in Texas. And then we have that one that we're watching up in northwestern Arkansas here. This is the one for Springdale, Fayetteville. Yeah, Fayetteville, Elm Springs, Cave Springs, Centerton, Bella Vista, Gravette, Sulphur Springs, Decatur, Gentry, Highfill. This one is, they actually downgraded it, by the way. This is now down to 60. It was at 70, but they did downgrade those winds, so that is good. But still, 60-mile-an-hour winds is still considered damaging, so still is severe, in which we do need you to be indoors, away from windows, if you're in those warnings. How are we looking Cape-wise for the next few days? I saw upwards of 4,000 for Texas on Thursday in Texas. Well, let's take a peek. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so we're gonna pull up the GFS here for that real quickly. We're gonna remove the layer I have, and we're gonna add Cape here. For today, anyways, we certainly do build in a good 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram of instability. Like that is quite a bit of fuel. In which later on, yeah, same thing for Thursday. Even a good maybe 2,000-3,000 joules per kilogram of instability. Yeah, Texas is going to be highly unstable both today and tomorrow. Highly unstable. Got some curvy hodos, too. This is for later on today. Yeah, this is out there by, the Dallas-Fort Worth area here. Got some curvature on our hodographs here for later on this evening. Great moisture supply, upper 60 dew points. Good instability. Pretty tall top thunderstorm potential, too. Our equilibrium level right at the tropopause is above 12 kilometers. So that's considered to be a pretty tall storm activity, potentially. So, yeah, we'll have to look out for that. And, tall storms can definitely bring torrential rains, in which, we do have that moderate risk for flooding. Let's see here. Kat says, what's my thoughts on the day 2 for tornadoes at Tennessee? Think some Could be close to East Tennessee, Saskatchewan. So yeah, SPC they did add the tornado risk here for Western Tennessee, not for Eastern Tennessee. I'm assuming that there's going to be some type of lacking ingredients here for Thursday. Did I say Tuesday? I'm sorry, I meant Thursday. Let me hop you guys over here back to the models real quickly. So here's like the GFS here for the evening on Thursday. I mean, you can see we do have a lot of instability along the western side of Tennessee. I mean, really, a little bit of helicity going on there. Yeah, I mean, we could have a couple of tornadoes on the western side, but the eastern side, helicity's much lower. Much lower. Here, let me do this. Grab another. Yeah, there's not much veering wind shear in the eastern side of Tennessee. See, there's a little bit of a curvature on this model or on this particular hour, but there is a bit of a warm layer here, capping inversion, which will kind of prevent convection. So, yeah, not really much. And I mean, SPC outlooks does make sense because of that. So, anyways, let's see. Sadly, Texas is about to get hammered for the next few days and week. They've been getting hit pretty hard last couple of days. Oops, they have been. I mean, today's no exception either. You know, we have that newly issued 10% risk out there for tornadoes today. It's been mostly a big hail threat lately for Texas. I mean, speaking of, Texas still does have that 30% significant risk out there. Oh, got a new warning here for quarter hail. Winds under 50 or lower. That's for Roland. Was that the one that just got issued? Yeah, the one for Roland, Texas. Rotan, Texas. Sorry, Rotan. Let's see. See, it seems like Tornado Alley gets more tornadoes than May than Dixie Alley. It's been pretty active this year. From what we've noticed. I still can't believe we managed to have a high risk on my birthday. Dude, that was something else, man. I tell you. Yeah, no problem, Kat. I got you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, you know, if you have any questions, anything, I mean, let us know. We're here for you. When is Oklahoma City getting next round? So models like HRRR suggested later this morning, like around sunrise or whatnot. Let me bring up the models and show you real quickly. Let's see. We'll bring up the 0 Zulu run, the 0 UTC run here. Let's go and hop over to models here. Okay, so we had all that mess go through. Yeah, you can kind of see here this is fairly early tomorrow morning. This is Eastern time, though, so it's just subtract an hour from what you see. I mean, yeah, the HRRR suggests like another big line of storms, kind of a big clump of heavy convection rolling through. We already had the one come through here, so we're in a little bit of a break maybe for a little bit, but then, yeah, things pick up again later this morning. Feels like most of the evening, though, should be pretty clear, possibly, but we'll see. It just looks like, yeah, late morning is going to be the main threat here. Do I have two of these open? Oh. I have two of those open. I didn't even realize I had two of those open. That's pretty pretty good. Or pretty bad. Is there going to be a tornado in Oklahoma City? More than likely, no. No, the odds of that is very low. Let's see here. When was my birthday? My birthday was on April 2nd. That was during that high risk that we had. Out of all days, had to be on my birthday. I still haven't gotten over that. All right, so we got 2 warnings, guys. We only got 2 warnings going on now, so that's good news. So up here in western Texas, we have that 1 warning up here northwest of Big Spring, including Ackerley, also including Brown, Flower Grove. Let's see here. Merrick. So this one's here for ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts out here. Okay, then we hop our way up here back to northwestern Arkansas. Got that severe thunderstorm warning for Springdale, Bethel Heights, Lowell, Rogers, Little Flock, Centerton, Bella Vista, Cave Springs, Elm Springs, Farmington, Prairie Grove, Lincoln, Gentry, Decatur, Highfill, Gravette, Sulphur Springs. This one, northwest Arkansas, for 60 mile an hour wind gusts. They do have a tour possible tag on it too, so... Here, let's take a peek at velocity at this real quick. Just change up the radar. Not much of a good view, really. Kind of in the middle of a triangle of radars here. Look at that. Got a radar up here. Got a radar down here. Got a radar right here. And our storm is right in the middle, of course. Of course. That's perfect. It's just what we love, right? That didn't affect me, though. Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. What does Thursday look like for Tennessee? So the day 2 outlook does have Tennessee in the slight risk for the most part. I mean, you can see here's the state of Tennessee. You know, central western Tennessee is in that level 2 slight risk. Eastern Tennessee is in that level 1. Marginal risk out there. So tornado-wise, western Tennessee, we cannot rule out a tornado or 2 in western Tennessee. Damaging winds, we have a 15% risk across that level 2 threat. So for central western Tennessee, it's a 15% wind risk here, a 5% on the eastern marginal risk here. And then lastly, hail, relatively low risk for hail, a 5% chance for central western Tennessee, but we can't rule out hail being a concern either. So, but yeah, like I said, they did upgrade that to a big slight risk. It was just a big marginal from the Gulf Coast, basically from the Gulf Coast up to the Great Lakes. But yeah, now it's a big slight risk, big level 2. So, anyways, there you have it. Let's see here. Hoop says, so red means winds are blooming towards the radar. No, that's green. Green means the air is moving towards the radar. Red means moving away. Michael says, quick question. Was there rotation in Sallisaw, Oklahoma around noonish? I've been trying to verify. The program I'm using here does not go back that far. Else I would look, but I can't. Sorry about that. Is the GFS model fact or lies all the time? I think Hoops answered that correctly. It can be accurate. That's for every model. Every model can be fairly accurate, but not always. No model is perfect. There is pretty bad models, though. It can be. Why am I awake? Mom and Dad are in Fort Worth. Texas strong. Be safe, y'all. Absolutely. Well, make sure you let your mom and dad know that there is a risk for severe weather today, okay? Is there any chances we could see an early hurricane season start? I'm not going to dive much into hurricane season right now since we're doing severe weather coverage, but I mean, there's really no sign of it right now. I mean, the waters are still very cold. We still have about a month to go until hurricane season officially starts. But yeah, actually, I took a peek at the sea surface temperatures yesterday, I think it was, and they were pretty cold still. Yeah, here's the Caribbean's pretty warm. I mean, you got to be in 26 Celsius waters or greater. That's also a lot of top, like a lot of it's just top warmth. You know, deeper below is a lot cooler. I mean, yeah, the Caribbean's pretty good. 26 and greater is what you look for. But yeah, the Gulf is still sub 26, and you know, the MDR, the main development region, is as well. Yeah, I mean, the MDR is still super cold. So we're not going to be seeing any storms out there in a while, I'll tell you that. If we did get early storms, they would probably start in the Caribbean, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. That's a month away, though. It is pretty close. Hurricane season's not far. Let's see here. Anyways. Okay, so we still got an hour left on that one warning for Knott, Texas, and Ackerley. Heads up to you guys. Ping pong ball hail, that's, yeah, pretty big hail size potential on that. And then that one storm here. Fayetteville, Bentonville. Got 8 minutes left on this one for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Hey, you know what? They actually removed that tornado possible tag on it. That is good news. Heck yeah, dude. They removed that tornado possible tag. That's good. And if you're wondering, guys, what these are severe thunderstorm watches, by the way. I don't know if anybody knew that, but yeah, these here represent that severe thunderstorm watch area. So that's kind of the main risk area we're watching right now. Other than that, we're kind of chilling. What's going on up here in Michigan? Got some freeze warnings for like the Big Rapids area, apparently. Wow, as low as 25. That's pretty chilly. Yeah, especially where, you know, you get that vegetation that starts growing again, and, you know, that's a big problem when you have deep freezes like that again. Okay. Let's take a peek at velocity here. Not much really going on in that storm towards Knott Ackerley, velocity-wise here. You can kind of see, though, out here by Brown, it does look like we do have some pretty high-end reflectivity here, which you know, that's likely where we're seeing a lot of that big hail stuff going on. Yeah, mid-upper 60 dBz. Certainly some heavy stuff. Like I said, that warning is for ping pong ball hail. That is 1.5 inches in diameter. Let's see here. Tag says I'm sitting outside. It's actually a loud electric storm right now here in Lawton. Gotcha. Let's take a peek at that real quickly. Yeah, Lawton's actually in that severe thunderstorm watch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. We got some pretty heavy convection out by Lawton. The good news is that it's not severe warned. Tag, I'd recommend you go indoors, though. I wouldn't be outside during a big electric storm like that because, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. You know, so I would highly recommend going indoors away from windows if you could. Just looking out for you. I'm just trying to keep you weather aware. What about Nashville? Says Christian. So Nashville today, anyways, is pretty good. Not much going on in Nashville, Tennessee today. Tomorrow, though, we got to be weather aware for Thursday because Nashville does have a slight risk here, which does include a little 2% tornado risk here. The odds are very low for tornadoes. We do have a 15% wind risk here and a 5% hail risk here. So that is that. So, yeah, tomorrow's your day. You need to be weather aware. Today, you should be good. I mean, there is a general thunderstorm risk today for today being Wednesday across the region, but not expecting any severe weather for today anyways. Tomorrow, though, we should monitor it. Okay, I'm just going to take a peek at this storm. Looks pretty good. Let's see here. Please be safe. I hate night tornadoes. You can't see them. Yeah, it's very dangerous at nighttime. That's why I always like to cover night shift with you guys. Because everybody streams during the daytime, and I mean that's good. That's good. Obviously, we have a lot of daytime coverage, but nighttime needs coverage too, and which that's what I'm here for, guys. I really think the nighttime coverage is very important because of that. Especially because tornadoes are possible to see because it's nighttime. And all that, so I can really help you with that, with radar and stuff. So, yeah, no problem, Christian. I got you. Sooner says flooding looks to be an issue in Oklahoma City area. Yeah, we do actually have a pretty big outlook here from the WPC forecast. Excessive rainfall. So we do have a big moderate risk here. Level 3 out of 4 risk for flooding, including a bit of north central Texas cutting through the Oklahoma City area, through Lawton, up to Tulsa. So yeah, I mean these areas in the red, if you're in those regions and prone to flooding, you should really pay attention to that because that's certainly a bit of a concern. And then of course the overall flooding threat goes all the way up here into the northeast, actually. As far up northeast as southwestern New York State, even. So, let's see here. Taco says, what is southwest Iowa going to be like tomorrow? So, tomorrow, southwest Iowa should be pretty good, at least free from severe weather as of right now. I mean, we do have a general thunderstorm risk here, so we can't rule out any thunderstorms, but generally speaking, not anything severe as expected. So we're pretty good. We're pretty chill for tomorrow. Today as well, actually. Yeah, really the next 3 days we're pretty chill. But I don't think day 3 is updated yet, though. So that's, yeah, you can see where the previous outlook had tomorrow, Thursday's risk, just a big marginal, and this is Thursday's new risk here. You can see is had quite a few upgrades. Quite a few. Let's see. Lightning woke me up here. Oh, it'll do that. It'll do that. Hoop says, yeah, bro, your clutch for the night streams are more dangerous. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I try to be here for you guys, It's very important that, you always have somebody to go to for severe weather coverage, because, like I mentioned, a lot of people go to sleep during this time. But me, I always ruin my sleep schedule for you guys. That way I can help you guys out. It's worth it. It really is. I'm just glad to be here, to be able to offer this to you guys. It's good. All right, so we still have an hour left on this one warning here up in Texas, out there by Knott and Ackerley. This one is warned still for ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We did get a new. Oh, what happened here? I think they updated that watch here. We have another severe thunderstorm warning here northeast of Abilene that just got issued here not long ago. This includes. Looters, I think it is. I think that's how you say that. This is not for Abilene, by the way. This is northeast of Abilene. Got a bit of lightning activity on it. Out by Acampo, towards Albany, Texas. Reynolds Crossing. Paint Crossing. Seems not super populated, but still. Quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts on that one, too. We have about 46 minutes left on that one. Okay, and then, of course, up here in northwest Arkansas, we're still kind of watching that Boeing segment of storms here for the Springdale area, including Fayetteville, Rogers, Little Flock, Bella Vista, Johnson. Pretty populated areas, actually, over here. Storms are probably warning a weekend below severe limits. Oh, that's good. Okay. Property, therefore, warning will be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour are still possible with these thunderstorms. Boom. There you have it. It expired just now. Cool. Okay, so that's no longer there. That's no longer in effect. So yeah, the only 2 storms we're watching right now are the ones in Texas. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem, Taco. I got you. Banana outlook. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does look like a big banana. What are the Cape values now? Well, let me pull up meso analysis here. Mix layer Cape. It'll load. It'll be pretty nice. Here, oh, it tried. It tried to load. Did you see that? Just depends on where you're at here. Texas. Oh, here we go. It depends. I mean, upwards of 1,000, 2,000 in some spots across West Texas. Really kind of ranges. Kind of all over the place. But more than enough fuel that's needed. Let's see here. That's so fair, Tag. Molly says Dallas-Fort Worth is going to have brief tornadoes today through, right? So we just got a new warning. I'll get to that here in 1 second. So, yeah, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, like I said, we do have that tornado risk today. Does not mean that you guys will see a tornado. I want you to remember that. But, I mean, yeah, we do have a decent 10% risk out here for tornadoes, which, I mean, yeah, it's certainly a possibility. So basically, within a 25-mile radius around you, essentially, that is a 10% chance of a tornado dropping within that area. So, I mean, yeah, we have to watch out there for, like I said, we definitely need to watch out there for some tornadic activity. You know, we can't just brush it off. But, I mean, still thinking about the probabilities and stuff, you know, the odds of you specifically getting a tornado is very low still, even with that 10%. But, like I mentioned, don't brush it off. I need you to still watch the weather throughout the day today. Now, I was looking at models here, which I'll go ahead and show you once again. I don't know if you're here to see it or not, but the HRRR, the high-resolution rapid refresh model we look at here, did suggest that those storms kind of roll through late morning here. You can kind of see, there we go. So, yeah, this is for, hold on a minute. Or was that? No, that's for the Oklahoma City area. Never mind. So for the Dallas area, that's right. This is for early afternoon, essentially. So it'll be a little bit later, according to HRRR here. Throughout the morning, you should be mostly fine. I mean, pop-up shower or storm or two couldn't be ruled out throughout the morning. But yeah, once we approach early afternoon and we start developing more convection, that's when we're going to have that main threat for, you know, some tornadoes and wind and hail and all that mess. So that's when the main mess is going to be coming through, and you can see that that does lead into the evening more than likely, and then after that, the environment should start to restabilize, you know, at least for a little bit, in which, you know, we'll be relatively good. So, anyways, hopefully that helps. So it kind of looks like it'll start in the afternoon for you. All right, let's take a peek at that warning that just got issued here up in western Texas, out there by Big Spring, out there by Coahoma. Let's see here, Westbrook in Colorado City. New severe thunderstorm warning has just gotten issued here. This one's for ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. So, yeah, make sure you guys are watching this one pretty closely. Looking at the radar here, it does look like we do have some pretty high-end reflectivity east of Knott, Texas here. So, heads up to you guys. Just want to let you all know that we are in for quite a bit of hail on that storm. Once again, I would recommend that you guys definitely be indoors away from windows for your protection. Let's see here. David says, is there any updates on Austin, Arkansas, and is there a cap for today? So, let me go ahead and bring up Austin, Arkansas. Okay, so you are in that level 2 threat for severe weather today. Okay, so yeah, we need you to be weather aware, level 2 threat. So that gives you a 2% chance for tornadoes within a 25-mile radius around you. You know, pretty low odds. We have ourselves a 15% wind risk out here. So 15% chance for damaging wind gusts and a 5% chance for hail. So yeah, main concern is going to be some gusty winds. Now you're wondering about that cap, the capping inversion here. Let's take a look at the models again. We'll go and pull up the HRRR. Let's see here. To be honest, here let's bring you over here. So you, my friend, yeah, you're going to be at a cap for, oh, this is for later on. It doesn't look like there's much of a cap really in effect here at all, even right now, according to HRRR and whatnot. It seems like, yeah, there's really not much of a inversion out here. Yeah, I mean, there's a little surface inversion going on there, but that's just due to lack of daylight heating. But yeah, once that sun comes up, though, that'll easily reheat the atmosphere, or sorry, reheat the surface, which will, you know, get that going. But no, there's really not much of a cap there. So storms should be free to convect. Let's see here. Yeah, just remember that not everybody will see severe weather in these risk areas, though. I mean, even in the orange, not everybody will see severe weather. So just remember that. What can Jonesboro, Arkansas expect? Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on here for Jonesboro, Arkansas. Okay, so today we actually have a level 1 severe weather threat by Jonesboro. 2% chance for tornadoes today, a 5% chance for damaging winds today, and you're outside of that hail risk for today. Now, tomorrow, there's a greater threat here. We have a level 2 threat. We are out of the tornado risk here. We have a 15% wind risk tomorrow, and that's it. That's it. So, yeah, that's your risk. So, a little small chance for severe weather today, and then tomorrow is a greater chance overall. So, Renita coming with a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Renita. Saying, hey, Andrew, do I think we'll reach Georgia? It looks kind of close. Well, first of all, thank you for the 5. I appreciate your support, my friend. That definitely helps out, help contribute to the channel. So today we're good. Now, we do have a general thunderstorm risk out here by you overall. So, Renita, yeah, I mean, keep it out there for some storms today, but nothing big. Tomorrow, northwestern Georgia does have a little marginal risk, but yeah, once again, you're good. You're outside of that risk here. And that's about it. I mean, SPC has not updated the day 3 outlook yet, so this is still, you know, Thursday's outlook here, the old Thursday's outlook. This is the new one, but I mean, as of right now, though, we're looking pretty good. Now, one thing I will do for you, though, real quickly, once again, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it, my friend. You know, anything helps, guys. I really appreciate the supporters. Thank you all. I appreciate everybody. So, I mean, looking at the models here, let's see. So we need to go a little further. Let's take a look at the NAM at this point. Let's see what the NAM suggests. Okay, so the NAM, you can kind of see, does support some instability here going into Friday, kind of late Friday here. Let's grab a sounding out there towards your area. Ooh, okay, that's a bad. I don't even know if that's right. There we go. Okay, so here we go. So this is for the afternoon of Friday. So there is some instability. There is some fuel for storms. You know, dew points in the 60s. Still pretty good. Yeah, we could get some storms. This is not much of a tornadic concern in this environment here. Maybe some gusty winds, maybe some hail. Could be possible, but as of right now, you're not in that you know, that risk from SPC. But we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. I mean, you can see that there is going to be some instability throughout Friday, which you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we did have some storms in the area. But anyways. So hopefully that helps, Renita. Right now, SPC does not have you in the risk area, though. That's what really matters. But just don't be surprised if we do see some storms in the area. Okay? Thank you once again for the 5. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Tag says this stuff needs to chill. I'm sick of it after 2 weeks already. Yeah, I hear you. It does, man. We just need a break from this nonsense. It's just been crazy. All right, let's do a little bit of a radar check. Once again, they did cancel that warning up in northwestern Arkansas. That's no longer there. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for central, kind of north-central Texas, just northeast of Abilene here. This does include Albany, Texas. This does include, let's see here, Looters, Texas, MK Crossing, Hayford Crossing, Paint Crossing, Reynolds Crossing. So you guys are in that warning here for the next 35 minutes for quarter hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. We just had a new warning got issued for the Big Spring, Texas area for Kahoma, including Westbrook, Colorado City, for the next hour for ping pong ball size hail, and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a concern. And we still have that one warning out there for 34 minutes, which they're probably getting ready to expire because, I mean, to be honest with you, there's really no use for this warning anymore. That's kind of the whole purpose of this new one they issued, was so this could overtake it. I mean, you can see the warning area. I mean, the storm's outside of the warning area here, so you know that is that. So yeah, that's certainly going to be going before that 34 minutes goes up. I guarantee it. But anyway, so yeah, that's really what's going on right now. I mean, of course, we have this big watch area. You know, we're still watching for storms. I mean, we still got some pretty strong storms in like South Oklahoma going on. You know, out there by the Lawton area, you guys just got some pretty good storms, but Lawton's pretty safe as of right now. Should be pretty good. You guys should be good out there, but still have the watch in effect. We'll continue watching for storms, but let's take a look up here by Lubbock. Yeah, you can kind of see a long line of storms kind of developing here in Texas on the western side. It does look like we have a little bit of an isolated set of storms up by Hobbs, New Mexico. Not severe, but strong. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem, Renita. I got you. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And Renita, I hope you know you don't have to donate to ask questions. I'm here for you regardless. That goes for everybody. Yeah, nobody has to donate for any question. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. I really appreciate the support, though. It does help me out a ton, and you know, helps keep us rolling. But I just want you to know you don't have to do that. Okay. Anyways, so that's that. All right, let's take a peek over here. So, yeah, right now the Dallas-Fort Worth area is good. But like I mentioned, later this afternoon, that's whenever that activity is going to start kicking up for you guys. We do have another round of storms going to be rolling through the Oklahoma City area. Actually, there's a storm to the west here. Non-severe, just a big embedded blob of moderate convection going on just west of Oklahoma City. So we have that, but yeah, the models, like we mentioned here, we'll go ahead and bring back up for you guys, did support some more of that activity kicking up here within the next little bit. So let's bring back up our radar here real quickly. Hop you guys back over here. Yeah, so that'll be taking place here later on. Actually, this is the HRRR here. So we had that one round go through. You can kind of see some more roll through later this morning, and that's about it. Yeah, actually, the new HRRR that we have here kind of suggests maybe storms happening a little bit earlier towards the Dallas-Fort Worth area here. Look at that, kind of in a big squall now. That is a little bit different compared to what the Zero Zulu did suggest here. Kind of a long line you can kind of see here. Maybe another Boeing segment of strong windy storms. Interesting. Let's grab a sounding here. Oh, yeah, look at that. We got some nice curvature on our photographs here. Showing that veering wind shear. You know, that change in wind direction, increase in wind speed with altitude. Given that spin potential, upper 60 dew points, great moisture supply, surface moisture, tons and tons of vapor, water vapor. Present, good amounts of instability. Yeah, I mean, it's an environment, man. Same thing, you know, a little bit further south, still got really nice curvy photographs. Yeah, that's kind of what we look for when forecasting tornadoes is nice curvature to our photographs and stuff like that. Wind bag with and tornadoes embedded. Yeah, it's kind of what it seems to be. We'll see. I'm not going to be up at that point, though. I'll tell you that. I'm going to be long asleep. Let's see. Renita says you deserve to get the support, in my opinion, Andrew. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. What does it look like at 5? Can't take it that precisely, because models, they're not perfect at the end of the day, but HRRR does still suggest some pretty heavy storms going on at that time around the region there. Victoria says, how is Mustang, Oklahoma looking? Sounds like giant boulders being dropped from the sky. Well, that's not good. Let me look. Let's see here. So, radar doesn't show much going on right now. It just looks like kind of some light moderate precipitation. Yeah, Mustang's pretty okay right now. We do have a blob of convection going on here to the northwest of you. But right now, Mustang's currently okay. Not much of any concern. Bonifade says, how is West Tennessee looking? As of right now, currently, not really much going on. Pretty clear. I will tell you, though, not today, really, but tomorrow, West Tennessee does need to be weather aware because we do have that level 2 threat out here for Western Tennessee. There is a 2% tornado risk here. Let's see here. So we do have, 15% wind threat here as well, and a 5% hail threat. So yeah, main concern is going to be gusty wind concerns and stuff. Hope that helps. Don't have a TV, so I can't watch a new channel. That's so true. That makes sense. And you know what? That's what we're here for. And we're here for free service. Let's see here. Victoria says, I appreciate that so much. Yeah, no problem, Victoria. If you have any more questions, let me know, okay? Okay. Let's take a peek at these current warnings here. So we have 2 active severe thunderstorm warnings here. So, pretty calm as of right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect out here for Fort Griffin, Texas, which is just northeast of Abilene, including Berry Hill, Texas, Hayford Crossing. Not a lot of areas here, to be honest, in this warning here. This is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter hail overall. This severe storm will be near Woodson around 2:40 Central, so that's in about 8 minutes from now. Then we have another warning here. Come on, let me click on the radar. Just northeast of Midland, Texas. This includes Big Spring, Texas. Kalhoma, Westbrook, and Colorado City. This one's actually pretty strong. This one's for ping pong ball hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. And in which we do have quite a decent hail core. You can see right in there, where that darker red color is, and the pinkish colors popping up here. That's showing us heavy reflectivity here, which that's likely where we have a lot of that big hail, which appears to be over Jimmy's. I don't know. I don't even know where that's at. But yeah, there is definitely people there. Maybe. Not many. That's pretty rural right there. Anyways. But yeah, out here by like Big Spring and stuff, yeah, we got a lot of people over here. Let's see here. Hoop says, isn't it crazy? Sometimes 5% better performs better than a 10. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen it happen. Doesn't always do that, but I've seen it happen before, Not every severe weather event's the same. That's what makes weather so special, Is that none of it's the same. It's always different, some form of way. Ross says, honest answer is you guys give way more information than the news ever will, and I highly appreciate what you do. Keep it up. Thank you, Taka. I appreciate that. Okay, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for South Oklahoma, including Duncan, out there by Walters, Temple, Comanche, Addington, Hastings, Loco, and Velma. Also Bray included here. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. 1 minute ago. So there you go. We got a new warning. Yeah, I've been kind of eyeballing that storm here. South Oklahoma here. This is just shy south of Lawton, which, I mean, Lawton's pretty good. Just, I'd still recommend being indoors out there by Lawton, considering that there still is some lightning activity nearby, so. But yeah, heads up to you guys out there. Getting a lot of lightning reports and stuff out here in northwestern Arkansas. I do have some cameras we can pull back up for you guys if you would like to look. Let's see here. Here, let's hop back over to this view. There we go. That's looking westbound. Let's see here. What causes storms to be, oh, sorry, I accidentally skipped over Bonafide. Sorry, I'll get to you 1 second here. Did I see that mega wedge in Nebraska the other day? Thanks for all you do. Prayers for this in Oklahoma. I did not. I've been mostly focusing on the night shift, for the most part. So I'm kind of blind to what was going on during the daytime. I didn't hear really much about what's going on. But anyways. What causes storms to be more discrete than form a line of storms? So yeah, those lines that you get develop here. So I'm not going to go too much into depth here, but essentially, those big line of storms usually trail from a cold front. And you get a lot of that warm advecting air coming up from the south, and then you got that cooler, more drier air pulling in from the backside, right? So the mode for it to be just mostly a straight line would include a capping inversion within the warm sector here, so ahead of the cold front. That warm layer prevents convection from really occurring. That would get rid of those discrete storms. Now, if there was an environment here where we had, no capping inversion, so we'll remove that, that would allow for storms to fire off even ahead of the cold front. Now, there is, you need a way to get that warm air off the ground and into the cooler atmosphere above. There's multiple ways that storms can form, such as, we need lifting mechanisms. That's how you get storms forming, such as a cold front. That would spark a bunch of storms, and that's why we get a long line, is because they develop on the frontal boundary itself. Now, you can have other ways of storms developing. Surface wind convergence, for example. The winds at the surface, they converge, and they have nowhere to go except upwards, which can spark a new updraft, getting another storm going ahead of a line. You can have geography play a big role. Valleys can kind of lead together, and you can have some of that warm air ramping off of mountains and, hill areas. But anyways, that's as far as I'm going to go into that. It's just, yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much as far as I'm going to go with with that. Anyways, moving on. I'm pretty sure I probably just bored half of you guys watching this right now. That's some of it. Hopefully that helps, though. All right, so let's do a little bit of an update here. So once again, we have Big Spring. This is really the main kind of concerning storm here that I'm looking at. So we have Big Spring, Coahoma, Sand Springs, Westbrook, Colorado City. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for ping pong ball hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I wish I had a camera out here. I'd show you guys what's going on. But unfortunately, we don't have any camera views over here. But definitely got some big hail going on out there by like the Coahoma area. So heads up to you guys. Make sure you're indoors, away from windows especially. Got that one warning up here for Woodson area, south of Throckmorton. Out there by areas north of Albany, Texas, which includes Fort Griffin. You guys are kind of getting hit right now for quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. And then that newly issued storm here just south of Lawton, Oklahoma, for Duncan, Empire City, Comanche, Temple, Hastings, Addington, Loco, Velma, and Bray. This is here for 60 mile an hour wind gusts and nickel size hail. So yeah, nickel hail is not really much of a concern. Not as much of an issue. Quarter size and greater is where hail becomes a big problem. But yeah, nickel size hail is not much of an issue. Really the only reason, or literally the only reason that this is warned is for those winds. Because like I said, nickel hail is not considered damaging or severe. So, anyways, Hoop says, good night, my brother. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, no problem. What's up, Overbill? Hope you're doing good. Hopefully weather is going to be nice out in the good old eastern Tennessee Valley. So, yeah, eastern Tennessee should be relatively more calm. Central western Tennessee tomorrow, being Thursday, does need to be weather aware because, yeah, we do have a slight risk here. A little bit of eastern Tennessee, of course, or much of eastern Tennessee is in that marginal, too. So, we could see a little bit of severe weather in the eastern side as well. But, yeah. But yeah, the more west you go in Tennessee, the greater the risk is. Yeah, central western has in that level 2 threat, in which even western Tennessee does have that 2% tornado risk tomorrow. So we will we'll have to look out there for that. Watching that storm by Temple before I go. What, Temple, Texas? Or where was that at? Are you talking about Temple, Texas? You can't be, right? Temple, Oklahoma, maybe? Ah. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, so we got that one. This one still has 33 minutes on it left. But this is for 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Let's see here. Divine says, appreciate the live coverage. You're making justice. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're very, very welcome. Like I said, I'm glad to be here for you guys. And like I mentioned, guys, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask, man. I'm here for you. If you want me to look at an area because you're unsure of what's going on or what to expect, just let me know. Like I said, we're here to help out in any way we can. That's the whole point of the channel, is to help keep you guys safe and weather aware and prepared, That's what matters. But yeah, like I said, really not a whole lot of anything crazy going on right now, but it's still good to be here, just in case if some things really pop off. We have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. That's about it. Pretty calm. Let's see here. Let me look at the velocity on the storm here. We got some strong velocities on here, but just making sure that rotation and strength is kind of broad. Let me take a peek at velocity out there then. To be honest, this is mostly just straight line winds. I ain't gonna lie with you. Yeah. That's mostly just like straight line gusty winds and stuff. It looks like we have some pretty heavy precip out there by Walters. Like I mentioned, there's really not much of a big hail concern on that storm, though. For Walters, looks like you guys are it's getting ready to roll into Temple now, though. Temple's probably starting to get it. We still got Empire City to go, Duncan, Comanche, Addington, Hastings, Velma, Bray. Okay. Yeah, Temple's starting to get it now. So yeah, y'all are starting to get that that activity here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yargan says, how is Central Illinois looking for tomorrow? So let's bring back our day 1 outlook. So Central Illinois should be mostly pretty good. We have a general thunderstorm risk for a lot of Central Illinois. It's only really southern Illinois that's in that risk for severe weather tomorrow, including areas up by Effingham, Mount Vernon, and that level 2, Carbondale. Not saying you guys will see severe weather in that area, but, you're in the risk for severe storms. But for central, like the main part of central Illinois, you guys are relatively good. But just don't be surprised if we do get a few thunderstorms here and there. I mean, we are in a general thunderstorm risk here. Potential for a little bit of convection, a little bit of booms of thunder, but, nothing severe is really expected. So that's good. Now, the southern side, like I mentioned, southern Illinois, that's a little different. Could see a little bit of severe weather down there in the south side, which, tornado-wise, Illinois is not in much of a concern for tornadoes tomorrow. If we did get severe weather on the southern side, it would be mostly wind gusts and maybe some hail, but that's about it. Hopefully that helps. I don't know why it was rotating on mine. Maybe I need to change my quality. I'll check it on this. We actually do have 60-mile-an-hour winds as reported out of that storm, though. I will mention, but let me pull it up on this radar here, on this program. Yeah, I mean it still just kind of looks like straight line winds, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't really see any rotation going on there. Wind threat's been observed, though. Yeah, like I mentioned, we did actually get a report here out by Walters, just northwest of Walters, Oklahoma. 60-mile-an-hour winds have been reported from a Mesonet, which is a weather station. Yargen says, thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. No problem. If you have any more questions, let me know, okay? Boy, it is hot in here. It is 78 in my room right now, but it's humid. I want to watch this storm down here in Texas here. It looks like there might be a little bit of an inflow notch here. Some warm air trying to kind of get to it. Let me pull up velocity here. I looked at it a minute ago. It didn't look like it. I mean, we do have some relatively strong velocities here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to want to watch this storm right here pretty closely. Heads up towards Westbrook, Colorado City. There's no tornado tag or anything like that on it, but it's starting to give me a shape I'm not liking very much. Yeah, we need to watch that storm pretty closely. Let me pull up the environment here real quickly. Mesoanalysis, that's right here, right? Yeah, we got some curvy hodos. So there is some veering wind shear. Well, that's nice. My SQT doesn't load. There we go. Yeah, so there is veering wind shear here. Pretty strong mid-level flow, too. And lower-level flow. So it looks like we have a pretty strong jet south of that set of storms. Yeah, we got about 300 helicity effective inflow layer. Oh, yeah. I mean, the environment does look potentially tornadic over here, too. Ugh. Yeah. I'm going to watch this one closely. I think everybody needs to kind of watch this storm out by Westbrook. Heads up towards Colorado City, Westbrook area. I mean, just based off of observations, I mean, it looks like it could be tornadic at some point. You know, because, you get these little notches here, these little inflow notches. Sometimes that kind of sets you up for tornadic activity. I mean, it's definitely got some strong Well, that was weird. It's got some strong backflow to it. You know what? That might even be a downdraft. Kind of where your rear flank downdraft would be. That sinking cooler air is pulling down when that warmer air is kind of coming in, I think. I mean, that would be a classic supercell setup. Okay. Well, let's keep an eye on it. I mean, it's not tornadic right now. They issued this 5 minutes ago, too. They updated it, so. No tornado attack. But, yeah, like I mentioned, though, I mean, given the environments and stuff, and, I mean, because this area has, 400 effective inflow layer helicity, and, I mean, like we mentioned, some curvy hodos. Oh, you can't even see that. There you go. A little bit of curvy hodos, and you can see that veering wind shear. It doesn't look like our lower level wind shear is very strong. I mean, it looks like there's a sharp boundary, though. Look at this. Like, it looks like we have really strong lower level winds, about 40 knots down here, and then it really weakens to about 15 knots right here. It's weird. That's weird, but, pinpoint accuracy on that's got to be, I mean, you can't pinpoint everything. So who knows? I mean, for all we know, that could be in some pretty strong lower level wind shear. I mean, it needs to be watched regardless. Classic tail end Charlie. Let's see here. Renita says, I remember you got a storm before. They never got to it. It was too late. That's when, why I like you forecast. You have a keen eye. Thank you, Renita. I appreciate that. I try to keep an eye on it. I mean, like I said, this thing could do nothing, but, just from the observations that I've been kind of looking at here, I mean, it looks like it could, in theory, go tornadic, but that's why we're here, is to monitor it. What's up, Cheryl? Saying here for Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, you guys in Dallas area, y'all are gonna be a while from now before getting hit. It looks like for you folks out there towards the Dallas area, won't get hit until either late this morning or early afternoon. More than likely early afternoon. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, you can kind of see, though, I mean, we really do have some pretty strong backflow, it looks like. And then, like I said, I mean, if you could get some of that warm inflow coming in. You're kind of giving that notch, You need to smooth your radar. I like the classic pixel radar. 80s 8-bit, I tell you. Oh, here we go. Here's a new scan. Oh, man. Let me play that in motion here. I mean, we'll see what happens. Let me check on the velocity here. Hopefully we'll get a new update. Is that the new update? Let's see here. Bonifate says, so West Tennessee is the hot spot for tomorrow and Friday. Friday, there's no risk yet, as I've seen. Tornado threat seems low, thankfully, but can happen. So, yeah, Western Tennessee for Thursday. We do have that 2% risk here, which, I mean, we'll we'll look out for. I mean, you do have bigger concerns, which it's going to be mostly gusty winds and maybe some small hail. But I mean, yeah, we do have a little 2% tornado risk here, which I mean, an isolated tornado or two in western Tennessee can't be ruled out tomorrow, Thursday. Tomorrow being Thursday, so we'll see. Protection moving to the lowest floor, interior room in the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Hi from I'm just hanging out. Sounds good, Cheryl. Hey, I mean, you're welcome to. Glad to have you guys here. Do I cover earthquakes too? I do not. No, that's more geology than meteorology. Or it is geology, not meteorology. I cover atmospheric science, not rocks. Oh, is that a new warning? Oh, hello. Apparently there's a new warning out here by J10. Yeah, including J10 and Aspermont. Happy birthday, Cheryl. At least your birthday's not during a high risk. Ooh. You know what I just noticed? Lubbock radar shows upper level rotation on that storm we were just talking about. So that is classified already as a supercell because it's rotating. It's a rotating thunderstorm. Oh, buddy. Here, let me go up and tilt on this radar here. Ah, look what comes to life the more you tilt up. Definitely on that 1.5 scan, you can kind of see it. Interesting. Let's see here. Chase says, hey man, is there anything for Indiana in the next couple of days? I'm supposed to get my Oculus Friday. I want to make sure I'm good. Dude, I've been playing my Oculus a lot lately, so I feel you, man. I have an Oculus Rift S. Anyways, so Indiana, so tomorrow, or today I should say, we have a little bit of a risk for central and southern Indiana. For tomorrow, we do have a level 2 severe weather threat for central southern Indiana. So, we need to be weather aware, Wednesday being today and Thursday. Friday, you should be good. So you said you get it on Friday. So Friday, you should be good. Now, there could be a potential for maybe some storms in southern Georgia or southern Indiana, but nothing severe, really. So today and tomorrow, especially tomorrow, we have that level 2 threat. We should be weather aware. But that's that. Now, Thursday's threat here includes a little 2% chance. Little 2% chance on the southern side. Pretty low end tornado risk. 15% wind risk here in the yellow, 5 in the brown, and a 5% hail risk. Got on eBay for a 150 condition. Oh wow, that's a good deal, man. Yeah, when I got mine new, it was like 400 something bucks. Hey, I mean they still hold up pretty well. I ain't gonna lie. Sounds like a good deal to me. Oh boy, it's got a hook now. Gosh, dude, I told you we need to watch this one, y'all. Please, heads up towards Westbrook and Colorado City here. I'm not saying there will be a tornado. I'm just saying that it's giving me bad vibes. I mean, look at that. It has a hook now. We were just talking about this like 10 minutes ago. Let me check velocity here. I mean, we do have some pretty sharp high-end back velocities, you know, likely where that rear flank downdraft is. That rear flank's pretty strong. The inflow, like I mentioned, we have about 15 knot inflow, I think it was. 15, 25 knots. Which is kind of low. But helicity itself is like 300 to 400 an effective inflow layer. Just once again, guys, early heads up for Westbrook and Colorado City. Like I said, you know, y'all are in a severe thunderstorm warning now. You should be indoors anyways, away from windows, especially with golf ball hail, big possible, and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. But can't rule out tornadic activity. I'm just really glad I caught that early, you know. See, Scott, this is in Texas. This is out here for the areas of like Westbrook and Colorado City, Texas. I mean, you can kind of see here we do have some pretty heavy precipitation going on here. That's likely some of that ping pong ball hail we were just looking at for the warning, you know, kind of in our forward flank downdraft. So you got your forward flank up in here, and then you got your rear flank on the back side here, and then there's your little inflow notch here. It's starting to give that shape. You know what? That rotation's lowering. You know why? Because now our 0.9 degree tilt shows a little bit of something, it looks like. And like I said, it looks more defined too on reflectivity. So yeah, essentially what's going on now is you have your little inflow notch here. That warm air is pulling into the storm. And you got that cooler air coming down. You got that forward flank too. And you can kind of see you have like that little hook shape to it, you know. Oh, didn't mean to draw all that now. Hopefully we'll get a new scan here soon. I mean, like I said, regardless of tornadic activity on that cell, I mean, it certainly is a hail producer. Devin says, how's Dallas-Fort Worth looking today? So we actually have a pretty big risk up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area today. So we do, SPC did increase that risk from a level 2 to a level 3 severe weather threat now for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, including a 10 significant tornado risk here. Potential for strong tornadoes, potentially EF2 or greater. 10% chance here in the yellow, 5 across the brown, and in a 2% chance across the green here. Now, also, we do have a 30% wind risk for potential gusts between 60 and 70 miles an hour across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, extending up into northeastern Texas. And then on the hail side of things, we also have a 30% significant risk for hail, potentially 2 inches in diameter and larger. So, yeah, kind of a triple threat today. You know, we were actually doing a bit of model analysis here just a little bit ago. And you know, like the HRRR here, you can see suggests kind of a long squall kind of rolling through, just a long line of storms. And, you know, like given the environment and stuff, I mean, we have some pretty nice curvy hodos. You know, that veering winds are pretty strong. I mean, pretty good helicity. Yeah. What time do I think peak is? So for the Dallas-Fort Worth areas, HRRR kind of suggests early afternoon. It could even be late morning, early afternoon. It seems like the HRRR has been trending a little bit earlier with the newer model runs. So yeah, either late morning or more than likely early afternoon. All right, so taking a peek here real quickly up in southern Oklahoma, we have ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the areas of Duncan, Velma, Empire City, Comanche, Loco, Addington, Hastings, Temple, and Walters. Nickel-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts for that one. The northern one, quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts up here for Jayton, Texas. And then the one we're watching really closely is out there by Westbrook in Colorado City. What scan am I on? Just wondering. I'm on the one for 4:04 p.m. or sorry, 4:04 a.m. Eastern. 1 minute old. Yeah, you can kind of see there's a little bit of mid-level rotation there. She's trying, I'll tell you that. Let's see here. Let's see. My boyfriend lives in Breckenridge, so I've been keeping a close eye on his weather. I got you. The lake keeps breaking up everything that gets close. What state is that? Breckenridge, is that Texas? Let's see here. I'm assuming it's over here. Yeah, it's got to be. So we do have a severe thunderstorm watch for the next 5 hours out here. Models do suggest this area getting some storms within the next. Let's see here. Let me be sure on this here. Yeah, kind of roughly around sunrise or so. Kind of mid-morning. Let's see here. What's up, Mark? Hope you're doing good. Would I be okay to drive home around 5 from Arlington to Fort Worth tomorrow? Arlington to Fort Worth. Where is Arlington, Texas? Oh, okay. So this is literally between Dallas, Fort Worth. Okay, so yeah, from there to there, it's a pretty short distance. You said what time? Around 5, right? Is that what you said? 5. Is it 5 a.m. or 5 p.m.? I'm assuming 5 p.m. Yeah, stuff should be mostly passing through around that time. Let's see here. Yeah, he works overnight. He's giving me play-by storms so you can see the north, but the Lake West town breaks up everything. That's this way. Gotcha. I mean, HRRR, the model that we look at here, suggests kind of a line of storms, so kind of missing it would be a little difficult. I mean, looking at the models here, you can kind of see here. I mean, so here's Abilene. There's Eastland. Okay, so this is just east of Abilene. Once again, I'm trying to find this area again here. There you go. So there's Breckenridge. So yeah, you can see the models here kind of suggest that coming through. I mean, it kind of is a long line, you know. Pretty much in the morning here. I mean, in the morning, I should say, kind of early, late morning. So. See the 05, the model but run before that also kind of shows the same thing, kind of going over you. All right, let's hop back to radar here. So when he's off, I'll let him know. Sounds good. All right, once again, heads up towards Westbrook and Colorado City. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for golf ball, hail, and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. So we're certainly watching out for that. The storm's kind of behaving itself again, which is good. Storms need to behave, man, I tell you. Is this new cell development? Oh, yeah, look at that. We got some new cell development going on here. Huh. Whoops. Yeah, look at that. All of this in here, you can just see kind of just popped up out of nowhere. Wish the cap was still here. Yeah, me too. It'd be nice for a little warm layer, you know. That would be pretty nice right now. Ain't gonna lie. Yeah, look at that. Look at that veering wind shear. What about in that environment that these cells are starting to fire off in? You know, what's really interesting is that there's really not a lot of instability out here from what it looks like. Doesn't look like there's a lot of fuel for storms over here. We got a little bit. Yeah, we got a little bit of curvature on our photograph, though. I think SPC needs to redo their mesoanalysis page. All right, so you know, that's really pretty much what we got going on right now. This warning is about to expire in 3 minutes. More than likely, they're probably going to carry that into areas by like Sweetwater and Roscoe. I mean, we're still warned for golf ball hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Our radar coverage is starting to get a little iffy. Can I imagine what hurricane season will be like? Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for hurricane season, to be honest with you. I mean, not a big fan of destruction or anything they cause, but you know, me being here in Florida, I love a good storm. I hate the aftermath, though. It sucks. Plus, the tropics have always been my favorite to forecast for, so I'd rather tropics than this mess we've been dealing with. All right, so a bit of an update in southern Oklahoma. We got a severe warning for Duncan, Velma, Comanche, Empire City, and Addington, also including Walters and Temple. Expires in 1 minute. So nickel hail and quarter size or nickel hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Not quarter size hail. Then we hop away to western Texas. Got a warning for Jayton area, including Aspermont. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter hail. Then southwest of that, we have another warning for Colorado City, Westbrook, and Coahoma, which is expiring now. Yeah, so these two warnings here are expiring now. So this is the only one that we really have left is out here by Jayton. Light Dreamer says, did the upper rotation start to wind down and the danger storm heading towards Colorado City? Yeah, it looks like it is starting to fade out a little bit, which is good. Also, radar coverage is kind of terrible. Yeah, it does look a lot better. Yeah, there for a moment it was a little iffy, you know, because we started off with, you know, storm looking like it was starting to get a little inflow notch and, you know, a little bit of a rear flank downdraft activity, and then we started looking at those mid levels, and then we started noticing that there was rotation. Then we looked at the meso analysis and saw the hodos and, you know, the lapse rates from the SQT chart and everything. I mean, it's just lapse rates. What am I talking about? Instability that we were looking at and everything. I mean, it just was a decent environment. Sorry, y'all. My brain's not fully here. It is 4 in the morning. I am a little tired. But they did cancel that warning, though. Still has a bit of a hook look to it, though. Yep, so we're only left with this warning here. Quarter hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Okay. To be honest, folks, I'm probably going to head off here. I'm getting a little tired. But yeah, I'm probably going to roll off here, guys. If y'all have any more questions before I do, feel free to let me know before I roll off, which I'll be rolling off here in a few moments. I just got to go get some sleep. I'm getting tired. Plus, pushing 2.5 hours of coverage overnight. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, the good news is, like I mentioned, you know, it's not so much of a big tornado concern tonight. It's more of a, you know, gusty wind concern and maybe some hail. So. Anyways. Plus, things seem to have calmed down just a tad. Of course, as soon as I leave, everything's going to blow back up again. It's just always how it goes. Oh, man. Light Dreamer says, very good. There are way too many seniors to Colorado City. Was concerned. Thank you for watching our for us. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I mean, you guys should definitely still, you know, be indoors, away from windows whenever it comes through, but yeah, it's not warned or anything anymore, so that's good. Anyways, folks, but all right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna roll off here for now. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Please be careful. You know, stay safe. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm probably gonna make a video for you guys. Do something, you know, a forecast update of everything. That way I can help you guys out with everything and all that. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys could, before you roll out, leave a like too. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you guys could possibly share the stream or share the channel to people, it'd be greatly appreciated. That way we can help spread the awareness and everything. But I want to go ahead and say, Renita, once again, thank you so much for the donation earlier. I appreciate it. Greatly appreciated. And alrighty, everybody. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and conclude the coverage here now. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Nanas. I appreciate for subscribing. Thank you. But all right, everybody. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Like I said, tomorrow, or later today, I should say, we'll do another update for you guys. I really need to work on my hurricane forecast video, which we'll get that out soon. It's just been kind of crazy lately. But all right, everybody. Thank y'all for joining, and we will see you guys later on. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.